I found this glass while out thrifting the other day, and it's the perfect shape for a cactus terrarium. Anytime that you're making a cactus and succulent terrarium, you need a vessel that has a very large opening to allow enough airflow to go through. So this one will be perfect, and I'll start just like any of my other terrariums with the drainage layer made from aquarium sand, and I'll add quite a bit of sand and then level that out with a brush. Now to create a design in the drainage layer, I'll take a scoop of white sand and I'll go all the way around the perimeter to build up an even layer. And once I'm happy with that, I'll go back in with some more tan sand and I'll create another layer of tan sand all the way around the perimeter. The design is purely for aesthetic. You could use more colors of sand if you wanted. You could use just the one color of sand. This color combination has kind of just become a signature of my terrariums, so this is what I do. And I'll just use a brush to tidy up any spots, and that'll complete the drainage layer. Then I'll add a couple scoops of cactus and succulent soil mix, and I'll slope it back to give this terrarium some more depth. I have this piece of driftwood that I found when I was out thrifting, and I've been hanging on to it, and I think it'll be perfect for this terrarium. So I just need to cut off the top here like this, and I can save this bottom piece for another project. Then I'll just add the top of the driftwood to the terrarium, and I'll try to figure out the best placement, keeping in mind the plants that I'm trying to use for this project. Once I'm happy with the placement, I'll secure the driftwood in place and clean up any debris with a brush. Then I can begin to prep my cactus. Starting with the silver ball cactus, it comes with these beautiful pups, and I'll just remove a couple of these pups for the project. And you can see that the pups already have roots on them. I'll just select 3 pups of various sizes that I think will make a good cluster for the project. Then I'll prep my ripsalis, and for this, I'm just going to remove excess soil so that it's easier to plant into the terrarium. And I'll do the same thing for my last cactus, removing any excess soil and cleaning up the cactus. This will make planting them a lot easier. I'll use the end of my brush to dig a little hole and then place the cactus inside of it. And then for the second cactus, I'm going to go ahead and dig a little bit deeper into the soil so that when I plant it, there's a variation in the height so that it's more visually appealing. And I'll just secure those in place by backfilling in some of the soil around them. Then I'll scoop out a little section of soil on the other side for my ripsalis. And then just gently tuck that into place. Then I'll cover any of the exposed soil with a layer of sand to give that desertscape vibe. This is made easier with the help of a paper funnel so I can direct the sand where it needs to go. And I'll just clean up any of the excess sand with my brush. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten about the silver ball cactus pups. I like to add these plants after the top dressing so that they don't get completely covered by the sand. And I'll just push them past that level of sand into the soil so that they can take root. I'll add a couple larger stones to balance out the arrangement. And then I'll take a little handful of smaller stones and sprinkle them throughout for additional visual interest. And I'll make sure to keep this piece in bright, direct light so that this cactus terrarium can thrive.